time in history, all 4 belts in the cruiserweight division will belong proudly around the waist of one man.
KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're in Liverpool here for the MTK show here at Greenbank. A little bit of trivia. Do you know who boxed here 10 years ago?
10 years ago?
2008? At this venue?
No.
Come on. You're from here. You should know.
Who was it?
Pound for pound. One of the best. Some people say the best. Current fighters.
The best current?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Still going?
Still going. Just had a fight announced.
Pacquiao?
No.
Crawford?
No. Keep going. Come on.
Pacquiao, Crawford. Oh, Lomachenko. I know what it was. I was meant to be here with them. The Europeans.
Yeah.
I got picked for them at St. Pro that year.
Yeah.
I got picked for them. And the kid I beat, Craig Dixon, I beat him in the ABAs. And he went. I got picked for them and decided not to at St. Pro.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a bit of trivia.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
active,
There you go. Yeah. What
Craig Dixon from the Northeast went at my weight, but I beat Dixon in the ABAs.
Well, listen, if Greenbank's good enough for Lomachenko, it's definitely good enough for everyone else. So.
And the kids who won gold at my weight, I boxed him. It was my last amateur fight. He beat me in Hungary.
Oh, really?
Kate, yeah.
Oh.
Trivia for you.
That is a little bit for me. Right, May 12th.
Looking like, yeah.
Looking likely that this is going to happen between you and Sadam Ali. Yeah, it's been obviously, the talks have been going on quite some time. I don't think it's been formally announced, am I right in saying that?
Yeah,
I know Frank mentioned it on the podcast the other day.
I think Frank's mentioned that. I think both sides are happy with everything now. I think it literally is just waiting for the announcement. I think, you know, they put a date to us and whatever else, do it back and forth, and, you know, our team and their team, but I think it's set now, and I think it's, you know, on the verge of being announced sometime.
Turning Stones in Verona?
Yeah, New York, Turning Stone Casino, yeah. Something like that.
You've had to be patient to kind of get your next shot at the world title, and for what, a year and a half? Yeah, a year and a half, over a year and a half. So, yeah, you've done everything asked of you, and now you're getting your shot again. Yeah,
I've done everything that was asked of me, but the delay was probably my own fault, and then went into my own choice. You know, I wanted to right the wrong with the Williams fight. A lot of people, you know, kind of ripped me off for that. So it was me who, I said before the fight, and I still stick to what I said now, I forced that rematch. It was me who forced the rematch with Williams, and I kind of think I've corrected that now. So, you know, I think now I am due it, and rightly so. Yeah.
There was talk of this fight going on the undercard of Canelo and Golovkin, the rematch. Yeah. Do you want to just sort of clarify why it didn't wind up on there?
Just, I kind of understood where they were coming from, as in, the money they offered, and I got people saying it's the opportunity though. It's not about the opportunity. KUGAN was mandatory. He's got to fight me. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like if they were giving me a voluntary shot and I had nowhere to go and I was one of them fighters, then I'd have bit their hand off to it. But they've got to fight me next. So again, the offer was ridiculous for the WBO world title from a mandatory. That was ludicrous, but. You know, their comeback was they don't need to pay money for the undercard, the fight sells itself, so I understood that. So it was a no-go, but they did give us the two options. They give us, you know, a week later at its own venue, you know, on its own HBO. It's going to be on HBO after dark, after the Canelo Golovkin repeat. So again, I'll have topped the bill twice and HBO. So I think that's a bit of a plus for me again.
You know, when people kind of say, you know, oh, what, you had the chance to fight on a Canelo Golovkin undercard, but you're at a stage of your career now where you don't. If you're fighting on that card, it's good and it's a bonus because it's obviously a high-profile card. But for you, you obviously want the best person you can get, and obviously you're fighting him on its own card, which, from your perspective, there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Yeah, but. Just to clarify that, KUGAN took less money to go on the Canelo Golovkin bill, but there was less money, and then the money they were talking. Honestly, it was, you know, it was less than a quarter of the next offer. You know what I mean? And they were not budging on it, so it was. You know, I would have took less money to fight on that bill. I would have loved to have
just
been
not around, less than a quarter.
Yeah, not less than, you know, that much less than. It was funny, but you know. Again, my aim is to get that belt back any way possible. And no, once it's set in stone, then that's all I'll concentrate on.
Obviously, Sadam Ali defeated Miguel Cotto last year. Were you impressed with his performance against Cotto? I mean, in fairness, Cotto was it was his farewell fight and had come towards the end of his career, or at the end of his career, shall we say. But what kind of Sadam Ali are you expecting for May 12th?
Again, another one. I think he'll have raised his notch again, going in on a high after the Cotto win. He's a good fighter. This sounds mad, but it's probably a tougher fight than Cotto at the stage of the career. I think, obviously, by what it's seen, Cotto was on his way out, which is why he announced his farewell fight. I think he picked Sadam Ali, hoping it would be a safe bet, you know, a blown-up welterweight. Sadam Ali's had one fighter, super welterweight, and he won. But I think Cotto's a clever man, and he probably knew in the build-up that he was on his way out, so he announced his farewell before the fight, win or lose. But from Ali, he boxed very well, and he's a good fighter. He's an Olympian. He's only lost to Jesse Vargas, who's a world-class welterweight. So he's a good fighter, and it's one that I know I'll have to be at my very best to win, but it's one that I'm also very, very confident in going and doing.
And what a great opportunity for you to become a two-time world champion, in the last sort of 2.5 years. Yeah,
definitely. And it's one that I'll be very proud of when I do it. But my full focus is on Sadam Ali and that title. I'd be silly not to look past him. I'd be silly to look at anything else. I don't want to. If someone comes to me after the fight and says, "Oh, you're the first scouser to be two-time world champion," I'll be buzzing. Or if they come and say you're not, it's irrelevant to me at this moment in time. I want to become world champion again. I said that when I lost. I know I lost to a very, very good fighter, but I was devastated losing. I went one of them. I've lost to him. He's unbelievable. I was gutted losing that belt. And I said, after you interviewed me right after the KUGAN, I was devastated. And my goal was just to become world champion or get that belt back. And I've got that chance now. It's such in distance, so I'm proper focused on it, and I'll do everything I can to get that back.
Now, as I understand, you've applied to have the decision, your loss against Canelo, overturned. I only read that on your Twitter.
No, it was a laugh win. Obviously, everyone knows it had a fishing rod at the end, and everyone knew. I was kind of on the winds up with a few people, but the people who jumped on it and thought I was serious. But then you had like so-called boxing sites putting that post from Twitter on their Instagram to get likes and comments and followers, and I took a load of stick for it and everything, KUGAN, and it was only a laugh, as if I want that loss overturned, as if it was ever happening, as if they're going to come and give me the belt back.
Listen,
it was just a joke,
if people didn't see that how it was meant to be, then do you know what I mean?
I know, they're mad, aren't they, boy?
What did you make of the whole situation? There's been obviously a lot talked about the traces of clenbuterol that were found in Canelo's system, whether the fight should be still going ahead, the Mexican meat. What's your take on it?
No, what, KUGAN, I'm gutted, to be honest with you, because regardless of anything else, regardless of my loss to him, I'm a fan, and I think it ruins him. I think it ruins his legacy. I think he's an unbelievable fighter. He doesn't need to do anything like that. Ability alone, he's one of the best about, and I just think he's probably ruined his reputation to a lot of people who won't change the tune now, even if he gets cleared of it. But people will still have their own opinion. And
you don't buy the Mexican meat
No, I don't,
story?
mate. No, I never have with any of them. For such a high caliber athlete and such a high caliber sports figure who lived from Mexico, he knows, he's seen other fighters, he's probably seen other athletes in different sports fail through this so-called meat. And I just think he's that big and that much in the spotlight, he wouldn't put himself in that position. That's what I think. And I do think there is there's speculations. If you look at the body of him from a fight with me to a fight with Golovkin, the change in body types, the shape he was for the Golovkin fight was unbelievable in the space of 12-14 months. So I personally think he's failed it, but in some sort of way I hope he hasn't, because I think it ruins his legacy, and he's a very, very good fighter.
In your opinion, is the fight going ahead
Yeah.
because of the scale of the fight?
Yes, yes, and the money involved and everything about it, plus the attitude of Golovkin. He doesn't give a shit, so he'll go ahead with it regardless. I think he's one of them people, and but yeah, I think it hasn't come out beforehand. You know, we got told by people a long time ago he was on it, but he's the money man in boxing now, and which he is. You know, so
because if this
well, he was so Joshua.
if this was a 6 rounder on the same card,
it wouldn't go ahead. Yeah,
I think we know. Yeah, it wouldn't go ahead. So
if it might have been against other world champions, it probably mightn't go ahead. But the attitude of Golovkin, as you've seen stated, he hasn't really said too much about it. He's just an out throwback, and you know what I mean. And he just the attitude of him. It's great to see someone like that who just wants to fight. You knew that not through just the Golovkin situations, through the way he's chasing belts, and you fight anyone, and you know you gotta take your hat off to him and respect him. What a man he is.
It really is. Well, to call it a grey area is an understatement, but it seems to be the opinion of the public comes down to who you believe and who you don't. Because if someone's failed a test, it's like it's not black and white, because we see kind of fighters, obviously, if they've been banned, coming back, but then people's opinions about that fighter come down to, do you believe that fighter was knowingly taking things to enhance or whatever, or were they unfortunate because they were naive or they were stupid enough to, by mistake, take something? So does it come down to that? Does it come down to who you believe in?
Yeah, obviously it does in the general public, but I think naivety can only go so far when you're
at the level some of these
the
fighters,
level he's at, especially, you know, him of all people. He's got, you've watched programs, you've seen everything around him. He's got somebody for everything. He's got a cook, he's got a nutritionist, he's got everything you can think of. He's got around him. He's got, you know, it's unlimited money, unlimited whatever. So there's no way he's naive enough to let somebody come to him, whether it be a new nutritionist or a new strength conditioning coach, and say, look, here's this, blah, 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 and then he failed a drug test on it. You know what I mean? I'm just not buying that for someone of so high up in the sport.
Okay. All right.
Again, I'm gutted though, you know, because I'm a fan, rather. No, I know I've fought him, but I'm a fan going onwards, and I think it's ruined him a little bit.
All right, well, listen, I'm sure we'll catch up with you ahead of May the 12th. When are you planning? Where are you doing your camp?
I'm going to do most of it here.
Yeah.
If not the lot. Just depending. If I go there early, might go there for the last week of sparring. So.
Okay. Liam Smith, thank you very much for coming to IFL TV, and like I said, hopefully we'll catch up with you ahead of May the 12th, but best of luck out there.
Nice one.
Bring the belt back on.
I will do, mate. Nice one.
All right.
Time in history, all 4 belts in the cruiserweight division will belong proudly around the waist of one man,